Hey, it's Nathan with Crazy on Marketing. In this video, we're going to go ahead and install the Facebook Pixel on a WordPress website. Now, if you don't know what the Facebook Pixel is or you don't know what standard events are, then I have another video. You should go watch that first. I'll link to it in this video or down below. So go watch that video, then come back over here and we'll talk about installing the Facebook Pixel on a WordPress website. Now, there's about 8,000 ways you can add the Pixel to a WordPress website. I'm going to show you how I do it, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So how I add the Facebook Pixel to my website is I use a tool, a plugin called Pixel Your Site. Now there is a free version right here, and there's also a paid version. I do actually have the paid version, and I'm not sure exactly what the differences are. So if I show something that's you don't see on the free version, sorry for that, but I believe it does cover all the basic necessities. Towards the end of the video, I'll show you a few more advanced features that I think are part of the paid version. But anyway, I'll link to Pixel Your Site, the plugin on WordPress here, and then you could also go to pixelyoursite.com. Really solid plugin. I think if you do want the paid version, it's like $80 or $90 for lifetime access, so definitely worth it. I mean, pixels, custom audiences, very important stuff. All right, so let's go over and check out the plugin here. So here we are. Welcome to Pixel Your Site, and let's go ahead and open our plugin real quick. And I do have it set up already, so we can run through this a little quickly. So first things first, you want to go ahead and add your Facebook Pixel ID right here. If you don't know where that is, you come into your Facebook Ads Manager, go to your pixels, and you should see your pixel somewhere. Click on it. And right here, you'll see your Pixel ID for your particular website. So there's my Pixel ID, which I have pasted right here, right? So 979-979, there we go. And then there's the general event feature. This is pretty cool stuff, and it's kind of more advanced, but you might as well turn it on, even if you're not going to use it right away, because it's still good to have that data. And if you ever get around to wanting to use general events, well, then your data is already there and you have some stuff to work with. So I do recommend turning on general events, and I'll explain how these kind of work in a minute here. Let's go over the basic standard events first, and then we'll go back and we can talk about general events. But you want to turn it on, your pages, your posts, and everything. And then we got some other general events or other events we can track. We got click events, if they watch a YouTube video, Vimeo video, AdSense events, search events, traffic source and URL parameters. Very powerful stuff right here if you're familiar at all with URL parameters and things of that nature. Advanced matching, not even exactly sure what this does, but I'm sure it is super awesome. Anyway, you go ahead, turn all that stuff on. It doesn't cost you anything extra to turn that stuff on, but it's good to have that information being passed into Facebook. So turn it on even if you don't understand what it means. Now this is the part that you likely will understand. These are the standard events. So these are your leads, your purchases, your adds to carts, your view contents, your event registration, things of that nature. Now I do have several events already enabled on my website, and you want to make sure that you have this little dial switch to enabled. And just to point out, I have the view content event added to all of my sales pages. So the view content event, how that's usually used is as it's not for like an action necessarily. Like it's not a purchase, it's not somebody becoming a lead, it's not somebody adding a product to their cart, it's not like an event or an action somebody's taking, but it is still something of importance. So view content basically signals to Facebook that whenever this event gets fired or triggered, that whatever that person's doing is important. So I stick view content events on sales pages or maybe squeeze pages, any sort of page that is important, more important than say like a blog post or something of that nature. So sales pages are good places to paste view contents, or any other page that's like an important page and you might want to optimize your Facebook campaigns, AdSense, and ads for. So that's where you'd use view contents, and you see I have it on all of my pages here for my products. And just to kind of break down how it works, let's go ahead and hit the little pencil button so you can see how you could add links to various pages. So this is my event visited product page is what I called it. Enable trigger on key page load, so it triggers when the page is loaded. And then my triggering condition, so when they visit this URL right here, so my Vault sales page, my active campaign course, my Facebook ads course, and so on all the way down. You want to add another trigger, you just type it in, type in your full URL, www.crazyimarketing.com. Now let's type in demo. I don't have a demo page, but you get the idea here. And you can throw an asterisk at the end. It gives you a little note here. If you add an asterisk at the end of the URL string, it will match all URLs starting with this string. So that way, if you have some other stuff going on at the back end, as long as it's got this inside of it, it'll fire. You could go ahead and delay this for a couple seconds if you want to, so that way anybody that bounces off your page, you're not building an audience of people that have bounced off your page. So that's really cool. Can definitely come in handy. You don't want to be targeting people that bounce all the time. And then you just set up your event. So again, this was a view content event. I could add a value or currency, and I could also add these parameters here. So content name, content IDs, content type, etc. And you could add more parameters if you want to. And that's a bit more advanced, the parameters, but we'll cover it in a few minutes here. I'll show you kind of how they work. So that's how you go ahead and you would set up an event. And the same concept applies to all of the event types. So if you have a lead event, so somebody opts in and lands on a success page, like for example this page right here, anybody landing on this page has opted in for something, and so they land on this page and this should trigger a lead event. And speaking of which, how we check our events is with a tool called the Facebook Pixel Helper, which is a Chrome extension, and I'll link to it down below. And it's right here, so let's actually click into it and see what's going on this particular page, because I do have an event going on. So the first thing we have is a page view event, and this is the standard event that gets triggered on any page that the Facebook Pixel is installed on. So you should expect to see a page view event, so that's good. Looks to be working there. General event, again, that was one of the ones that I activated with the Pixel Your Site plugin. So if we click into here real quick, we'll see the parameters that are set by the general event. Like we got the UTM campaign, so we got, which is a Google tracking parameter. And that does mean something to me. We got domain, content. So there's the content, source, content name. So a bunch of different information of where people are coming from and how you could track this type of information. And I'll show you how to use that stuff in just a second here. The view content event. So I have a view content event also on this page right here. So it fired correctly. And then here's my lead event, which I was just talking about, and it looks like it's firing correctly. So we got all the events firing correctly. If something was not properly set up, there'd be a red circle with an X through it, and that's how you know it's not working. You might need to go back to the drawing board and fix that. So let's head back into here real quick. And of course, when you're done, you hit Save Settings and you make sure everything's saved. So really simple way to add the Facebook Pixel to your website and also allow you to add standard events. And then also there's the general events, which I'll show you how those work right now. So if we come into Facebook's Ads Manager and we're in the audiences area, we can create audiences based off of those general events. So you could go to Create Audience, Custom Audience, and Website Traffic. And then in this option here, you'll see the option for events. So we got page view events, which again happens every time somebody views a page. There's that general event that Pixel Your Site set up for us. A view content event, click event, also from Pixel Your Site, watch video, also from Pixel Your Site, lead, purchase, search, etc. So let's open up this general event option real quick. And now what we want to do probably is refine by and URL parameter. So here's where you could get into the nitty-gritty details of those parameters. So let me pop this up real quick. So we had like UTM campaign as LMT1, UTM source is active campaign, content type or content name is the sales funnel book, post type is page, post ID. Like, you see all these options in here. So let's say I want to track my UTM campaign for people that have the LMT1 signal on it. Now that doesn't mean much to you necessarily when I'm reading this example, but if you're setting up custom parameters, you could build, audiences based off of the different events. So let's head back over here to Facebook. And so I had UTM campaign, and I want it to contain the LMT1. And I'd say general event LMT1 30 days. So now Facebook would build a custom audience of all the people that have that LMT1 general event in the last 30 days, and that might be important to me. If it was, it's not necessarily right here, but the idea is that you can do a whole bunch of stuff with those general events and by using parameters and things of that nature. And so that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you how I add the Facebook pixel to my website, how I add those standard events, and then how you can add those general events as well, and then how you can go ahead and create custom audiences with those general event parameters. So pretty cool, powerful stuff, and I hope you found something useful in this video.